Hello, yellow fellows, it's Baldy Chris, and it is time for some more yellow sticker madness, or maybe even some rhubarb pie madness. We've seen those before. So if you're not familiar with the channel and the rhubarb pies, I get yellow sticker shopping. If that's up your alley, please subscribe to the channel, that would be wonderful, thank you very much. And like and share and all that good stuff. Anyway, today I have been to Morrisons, you can tell by the M and the fact that it says Morrisons on some other bits and pieces. So let's see what I've got. I think you can probably guess that I've been to the hot food counter, so no prizes for guessing what's going to be for dinner tonight. Is going to be dunked in some peri peri mayo, which is a mere 7p, so about 90% off. It's not that much, to be fair, but it's only 7p. Let's give it a go. So I got quite a good deal on the southern fried chicken drumsticks. 2 for £3.50, didn't seem that great. They've relabelled it as a rhubarb pie, which straight away shaved off an awful lot, and then took 90% off the price of the rhubarb pie, putting it down to a mere 20p for the 2 drumsticks. Absolutely no complaints there. Slightly less consistent pricing. We've got an issue with the barcode that had to go in manually. It's got some stout chicken thighs. I don't know how much they were to begin with. Can we see? Oh, they were £3.75. So I've done all right here, because again it got rhubarb pied to £2, and then only 50% off. Only 50% off, but I suppose compared to the original price, that's a pretty decent reduction there anyway. So it's going to be a chicken-based dinner, obviously. I have yet more rhubarb pie. The one thing I haven't got is rhubarb pie. Spoiler alert, but there are quite a few things that claim to be rhubarb pies, and they can identify how they like. So I've got a savoury vegan roll, which technically is 90% off the rhubarb pie pricing, but it's actually only 80% off the actual pricing. That'll probably go in my packed lunch tomorrow, because I have got plenty going on here for dinner tonight, including the bacon and cheese turnover. Again, I might put that in with my lunch as well. That was, again, slightly price boosted by becoming a rhubarb pie, but then 90% deducted. If you can follow the maths for the overall deduction, well done. But yeah, nonetheless, 20p for a bacon and cheese turnover, I can live with that. And like I say, might well form part of my packed lunch tomorrow. What else? I have yet more rhubarb pie. Again, the 90% reduction there down to 20p, although a very slight price boost to begin with. It is at least a pie. It's a creamy chicken pie to go with my other chicken bits for dinner. And what else? We've got a steak slice, which again took a bit of a price bump before the reduction. I hadn't really noticed this to begin with. I just saw the 20p's. I'm like, yep, that'll do for dinner. Nice and easy, no cooking. Very little cost as well, so yeah, there we are, another rhubarb pie, or a steak slice masquerading as a rhubarb pie. Anyway, that's dinner tonight, and you can see why I called the channel Yellow Sticker Madness, because that is clearly far too much for dinner. Anyhow, so I'll move on to some other bits and pieces. So we've got some chicken mince. That is used by tomorrow rather than today. And it's been reduced by, I don't know, about 30%, maybe 25, 30%, something in that bracket anyway. So I'll use that to make a chili or a bolognese or something tomorrow. Ordinarily, yes, you would use beef mince, but they both work just fine with chicken mince or turkey mince or pork mince. Those are pretty versatile menus anyway. Vegetarian mince, if you can find such a thing, although it's typically more expensive than meat for reasons that escape my reckoning. Anyway, so yeah, that's tomorrow's dinner, and then will be dinner the day after as well, because once it's cooked, it will keep longer than the advertised date. And it doesn't turn to poison at midnight anyway. I've got a couple of things for the freezer as well. So these are, again, for tomorrow rather than today, so the discounts aren't big here. But we've got a chicken madras there for about 25% off by the look of it. And it can be frozen. It can also be cooked from frozen as well, which is handy. The same applies here for the crispy lemon chicken. Again, original price £4.25, now £3.18. So same as the madras there. Again, can be frozen, and again can be cooked from frozen as well, though it will take longer than the 20 minutes to cook from frozen, but again, quite convenient. And something else for the freezer, I got some streaky bacon there, spoilt pig streaky bacon from Farmers We Trust. I've never met them, but I'm sure they're trustworthy enough. And that was somewhere around about it was about a bit more than 2/3 off anyway, so about 70% off. And like I say, will freeze. Bacon, I think, just about can be cooked from frozen, but it is better defrosted first. Anyway, that'll be a nice surprise some weekend. We go, oh, bacon for breakfast, excellent. So something else for tonight, or possibly the following day, because this is, I'm pretty sure, for the 8th rather than the 7th. There'll be a date on here somewhere. It might even be covered up by the label. I don't know. Anyway, I quite fancied some egg custard. There's two of them. One to put in tonight and one tomorrow. Not a huge reduction, but I think actually they were £1.50 to start with, so I think they were actually about half price rather than just 25%. Regardless, I fancied an egg custard, so I'm having one. And I got some stuff from the bakery as well. I could have sworn when I was in there I picked up an Ancient Grains loaf, which was the same price structure as this, but I think someone might have hoiked it out of my trolley when I wasn't looking and browsing through something else. Either that, or I'm just losing my memory completely and failed to pick it up. It's not impossible. I couldn't say one way or the other which it was. Anyway, but date walnut and honey loaf sounds a bit posh. You can use that as a sort of a nice little snack. Probably won't be making sandwiches with it because they'll be a little bit too sweet for a savoury sandwich, but certainly sounds nice, and it was 75% off, down to 53p, so not too bad. Got some more bread as well. Got the slightly more mundane, just a Savers loaf, which again is tomorrow's date rather than today, so it's about half price, down to 28p. And just got some large white baps. There we go. Slight innuendo for you. I've been missing out the innuendos for a little while. So apologies if you've been missing those. So yeah, they were down to 20p as well. So an awkward percentage, but a large percentage off nonetheless. And did grab some burgers when I was there as well, so they will certainly suffice as burger buns. Then, good news, if you work with me, there's treats incoming. So we've got some decorate your own gingerbread Easter eggs. They were 90% off, from nearly 90% off at least, 185 down to just 19p. I don't believe it's obligatory to decorate them, but you know, if you want to, you can. Then what else? We've got some chocolate mini donuts there. They were 80% off, down to 20p. I've got a couple of them. Got some bigger chocolate donuts as well. Same pricing structure again, 80% off. I'm not too fond of the chocky ones myself, so people can knock themselves out with those tomorrow. Definitely going to be having one of these with my morning brew. Lemon muffin there. Was 180 down to 27p. So, what's that, 85% off? Is that the right maths? Somewhere thereabouts anyway. And I got two of those. There weren't any more muffin flavour choices to have, so I got the lemon ones. Then I don't really understand why these items were marked down as much as they were, because these are best before, and it's not on the white bit but the black bit at the bottom. It's for the 8th. There we are, just swimming into focus there. So for the 8th, so I don't know why, but they marked them down by 70%, even though it is best before and not today's date. So I've got a couple of those. And likewise with the Battenbergs, a similar sort of reduction there from 250 down to 75, mini Battenbergs. Yeah, again, those were for the 8th rather than the 7th. So there can be literally no complaints from people in the office because I'm giving them stuff that's in date tomorrow, or at least those are. Those won't be, but they'll still be fine because that's what best before means. It won't be at its best, but it'll still be perfectly acceptable. So anyway, there we are. That is tonight's Yellow Sticker Madness. As I said at the start, if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. It would be much appreciated. If you want to like and share, that's also much appreciated. If you want to get in touch in the comments, use a star emoji this time. Let me know what you think the star buy was tonight. I'm not 100% sure I've got a personal star buy right at the moment, although possibly the stout chicken, the southern fried drumsticks, probably the drumsticks. Anyway, let me know. I do read through all the comments, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. All right, take care of yourselves. I'll see you for the next Yellow Sticker Madness. Bye.